We're welcoming Danielle Kelly, and she's coming to us from North Carolina. And she works for an organization called Autism Innovations, but she is also the author of an exciting new book that we want to talk about, From 0 to 60, Teaching Social Skills to Children with Autism Spectrum disorders. Danielle, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
We are so thrilled to have you here. So first of all, let's start by talking about Autism Innovations. What is that, Danielle?
Autism Innovations is a company that I started having worked in the field of special education for about a dozen years, and there is an apparent need to do home-based intensive interventions in social skills instruction, looking at the research and data. And the data found, there was a study done, I believe it was at Indiana University, that said that there were problems, there were not so much problems, but it was difficult for children to internalize the social skills, the deficits that they were having in schools, because it was during pullout. It was basically a disruption in their routine. So in order to really help them, to attend to the task and rehearse the skills and perform them, they had to be in a comfortable setting. So what's their most comfortable setting is within the home. So all of my staff, they're all, amazing, wonderful ladies. They're all special ed certified teachers with years and years of knowledge and expertise in various areas. And we go into the homes, and the sessions are an hour and a half. It's one-on-one instruction with the staff member and the child, and we serve early. I have wonderful staff that's certified early interventions, and we work with adults all the way through adulthood. And after the teaching time, the instructional time, it's about 60 minutes, maybe a little bit more or less, depending upon the child's cognition and and ability to focus and sustain. Then it's parent conferencing time, because there is no magic wand that the staff can wave to help with the skills. The skills have to be rehearsed and performed. So we work with the families to say, okay, this is what we did this session, and this is what now you can do to help your child to grow emotionally and recognize their triggers and the things that are causing them the behavioral difficulties. I also do advocacy and training, staff trainings, and things like that.
Really, really remarkable. And all of that has led to you writing this new book, From 0 to 60, Teaching Social Skills to Children with Autism Spectrum Disorders. So tell us a little bit about what someone can expect to find in this book.
Well, the book is social skills. The way I introduce it, it's the most common, looking at, the data that I have for a lot of our clients, the most common problems for, late elementary school adolescent individuals. And it helps them break down the skill and make a connection between what they're doing and why it's causing a problem. Because, with the deficits, the sensory deficits and difficulty reading with pragmatic language and reading cues and body language and things like that, half the time, these children with autism don't understand, what's going on, and it's very upsetting for them. So the social skills stories paint an image of a student that's doing, or an individual that's, being successful, and one that's not being successful, and then it breaks it down and explains why. And there's everything is, of course, can be duplicated, and I try to make it teacher friendly. But in the introduction, in the beginning, I kind of laid it all out, because having been on both sides of the IEP table, having worked for the school system and as an autism specialist, and as department head and LEA meetings, and now being on the other side of the table as an advocate, there really is, I don't want to say disconnect, but there really is a lot of difficulty with people understanding the connection between the behavior, sensory sensitivities, and what they're seeing. And I feel like children with autism are so unfairly labeled as problematic or withdrawn or oppositional, and all of it is because it's a manifestation of their disability, period. And their the sensory issues and the other things that are kind of going on. So in the book, the introduction does explain that, and then each social story addresses a different problem. Some of them are homework completion, different things that they do, appropriate behavior, inappropriate behavior, which of course is kind of a gray area. So a lot of things do need to be modeled. And then in the back, I have a crisis intervention processing sheet that helps the child break down, okay, what's my problem? Why is it a problem? And what are different things that we can do going forward, because that's really important. And then in the back of the book, I have an answer key, because if you've met one child with autism, you've met one child with autism. And it's very hard, I think, especially for new teachers or people that are new into the field of special ed, and those that are teaching content subjects, to understand how to teach these kids, because everybody's so different.
Absolutely.
So in fact, in the back, there's a guide that says, here are some different ideas and things like that.
What a remarkable resource. So let's start by, where should people go to find out more information about Autism Innovations, and also where can we get the book?
The book is available on Amazon.com or on my website. And the website, it's Autism Innovations website, which is www.auinnovations.com. And there's a tab that says Autism Publications, and it's listed on there.
Wonderful.
Or, I'm a big Amazon Prime member, so.
There you go.
So Amazon, it's on Amazon too.